Hey, Crystal. This is Wayne with Blue Digital. Called you a little earlier today and let you know that I'd be sending over a short video to show you and Hart Electric how you can get your website ranking on page one of Google and getting more phone calls and obviously translating into more customers. Uh, Three things I'm going to talk about that you can do in-house. It's pretty simple. They're called content, backlinks, and citations. What I want to do is I want to compare your website analytics to your competitor and see kind of how you rank and how easy or difficult would it be for you to get above your competitor and start getting those phone calls. How we find out who one of your competitors is that I'm going to go against is I'm going to go to Google, and just like anybody else, when I need an electrician, I'm going to type in electrician Jacksonville, Florida, or some derivative of that, and we're going to see who comes up. So let me go to the top here. We can see we got a couple ads. We've got this area here, which is your Google My Business area, which I'll talk to in just a moment. But here's your organic part. This is page one. Who's ranking on the organic section here? Obviously, these are Angie's List, Yelp. What do we got? Home Advisor. Boom, right here. Here's our first electrical contractor that's ranking on page one, ASE Jack. So that's who I'm going to compare your website to so that you can see what you need to do to be in this spot right here on page one and knock them down a few notches. Therefore, obviously, you get the calls. So let's go back to your website. And you got a nice looking website. I like the color scheme. Got some pictures. But what we talk about as content is this right here. Things like this, obviously, is called content. Google crawls and searches everybody's web pages 24 hours a day. They read from left to right, top to bottom, and they're looking for content. They want to see who is the authority on this topic. Who is the authority when it comes to electricians in Jacksonville? The only way they can see who the authority is by reading about it. And so they want to see at least 1,000 to 1,500 words on your homepage as a starter. So if we look at your page here, we see that you've got some content. Here's some more here. Got a little bit here. Got some pictures. The website looks really nice. Okay, so it looks like you might have about 500 words, give or take, of content. So that could be boosted, and it would be boosted. Get about 1,000 to 1,500, like I said. Let's take a look at your competitor, who is ASE, and let's see what they've got. And they've got a little bit of content here. And you know, that's really all they have. They don't have a lot of content either. So outdoing this competitor from a content standpoint would be really easy because you've already got that pretty well going. We just need to boost it up a little bit, and then you'll be right there. So when we're talking about content, there's keywords, obviously, that go with this content that Google is searching to see that brings people to your site. So let's go take a look at what we're talking about with that. We go to a third-party tool that we use here that gives us some analytics, and you can see I've typed in Hart Electric Company. Here's the numbers that we're going to be looking at. So we've talked about content. This DR is domain rating. This is nothing more than a 0 to 100 rating scale that Google puts out there, and the higher the number, the more powerful your website, obviously. You're ranked at a 2.1 right now with 82 backlinks. Backlinks are nothing more than votes that Google assigns to you, I guess. If, for instance, if you have your website, hartelectriccompany.com, on other websites, which it shows you do on 82 different ones, if those are good, powerful websites, they help boost your website. You've only got 12 referring, meaning you're on 12 sites that are actually showing your website that refer back to you. However, all of these are not created equal. Some of them are more powerful than others. For instance, if your web domain was on a Pizza Hut website, it's not going to do you any good, obviously, because it's not a like business. So backlinks are very important. It gives power to your site. Let's take a look at your competitor and see what they're looking like. So this here is ASE. Their domain rating is a little higher than yours, 2.9. No big deal. Easy to outrank there. They do have more backlinks than you. You can see here and here. So once again, getting more backlinks is very easy. You just have to go out, know where these backlinks are coming from, and we can look at that. We can see what backlinks they use, where to go. Success leaves clues. If we see some of the backlinks that they're using that are helping to boost that site that they have, we can go after the same ones and boost yours and then some. Let's go back over to your site here. So you've got these here. So also the organic keywords. These are the keywords that are showing up within the content that I was talking about. Let's take a look here, for example. And this is your site. And these are the keywords that you already have in your site that you are ranking for. So electric company, Jacksonville, Florida, 300 people a month. Type that into Google, searching for that. And you're in position 4. That's excellent. That's on page 1 there for that keyword. If people type that exact phrase in, your site will show up on page 1. Obviously, for your name, they're going to show up on page 1. Electrical company, Jacksonville, Florida. You're on page 2 in position 11. And so on down. So we can go through and look electrical companies in Jacksonville. You're on page 2 again. Electricians, Jacksonville, Florida. You're on page 2. So you can see you've got a lot of volume. You got 300 people, 350, 90. There's 400 that type in electrician, Jacksonville, Florida. 400 people every month search that term. And you're on page 3 in spot number 22. So you can see we can get that pushed up, get you in 1 through 10, putting you on page 1. Going to make a huge difference in the number of phone calls that you get. Let's see what your competitor is doing. We go over to ASE Jacks, and let's back out of this. They've got 89 keywords that they're ranking for. Let's take a look at what they're using. Electrical contractors. They're in number 1 position on that. Electrician, Jacksonville, Florida. 400 people looking at it every month. And they're in position 5. That's on page 1. So there's ways to go about getting your site ranked higher than theirs. Success leaves clues. All we need to do is go find all of the keywords that they are ranking for, which are generic keywords to the electrician trade. Make sure that your site has more content, has the proper keywords put in place, and then we can outrank your competitor. So that's basically how the content tied in with keywords get your site ranked above your competitor. Now, we were talking about citations as being the last of the 3 that we're going to talk about. Citations are what gets you into this, are not the only thing, but they are one thing that gets you up into this Google My Business area. 60 to 70% of the people that search a key phrase, for instance, electrician, Jacksonville, Florida, when this page pulls up, 60 to 70% of the people are going to choose somebody right here in this pack. The others are going to go down here to what we call the organic section, which we just talked about, and choose a local business from this organic section. So this map pack, as we call it, is extremely important, and you want to get into that. One of the ways you get into that is by having your business name and phone number put into directories. And it has to be put in exactly as it's shown here. If you leave out a comma or a period and you go try to put it into a directory, it's not going to show up. It's not going to get any credit from Google because it's different from what you actually have here. So let's take a look at some citations to see how that would fit in here. We've got a tool that we use here, and I've already typed in a few things here, and it looks like overall Hart Electric has done very well with citations. You've got 143 directories currently that you're in, which is extremely good. With 143 citations, you should be crushing it right now. So there's got to be a few things that can be done on the back end of your site to get you on that page 1, because you're already doing most everything you need to do. Just a few little tweaks and you could be right there. So let's go back and take a look at what we've covered so far. We've talked about content, we've talked about backlinks and organic keywords or phrases, and we've talked about citations. All 3 of those things your company's doing very well. With a few tweaks, as I said, you could be right there on page 1 all of the time, outranking your competitors, getting those phone calls. I hope some of this information has helped. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to call me. I'd be glad to help in any way that I can. My name is Wayne with Blue Digital Solutions here in Jacksonville. My number is 904-553-5521, 553 5521. Have a great day, Crystal.